smoking it, so.
Oh, you don't want to make Instagram a liar.
Yeah, I couldn't make it out to be a liar.
Well,
so.
you know, Instagram cigar facts are a liar sometimes.
Really?
Yep. Saw one on there, and it was like, oh, the Melanio is only an okay cigar. I was like, that's wrong.
Well, you know,
Fantastic cigar.
I've heard a lot of people like starting to negatively talk about the Melanio, which was very interesting to me. But then I realized that they vape, so it doesn't really matter what they have to say.
Who?
Vapors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It is what it is.
I don't mean to judge people on, personal choices, but I'm going to judge you on that one.
Yeah.
It's like enjoying, I don't know, the Justice League movie over the Avengers movies. You're just wrong.
I don't know one person that's ever said that.
Oh, I'm sure I know one out there, Angel.
I mean, I'll definitely give it to DC that they make some pretty consistently good TV shows before they get too politically correct with all their bullshit. Supergirl.
Politically correct. I agree with
but,
that, actually.
And the TV shows that Marvel's doing recently, though, on Disney Plus, which I guess aren't really TV shows, streaming shows, have been really good, with the exception, Hawkeye has been a little lackluster, but I'm enjoying it.
Like, in your opinion, because I've seen other people put it at their number one. I
think
there's
nobody's doing that. That's a troll.
No.
There's no way.
Timmy Hague, the comic book expert that we know, that when we have to like pawn a comic book, like, oh, we're gonna call my expert real quick. He's his favorite of the year. So
no, I don't think he said that.
And I 100% take him over yours.
You cannot put that over the What If series.
The What If series is cool, but it's all animated. I like that action.
It was beautiful.
You know what? Let's go into some comments real quick. Goody, Samuel, Leo, Daniel, Adam, Lauren. Finally catch you guys. I'm glad to see you, brother. I'm glad to see you here. I'm glad to see all of you, and I'm really excited for what we're going to be talking about today, guys. It is time to talk about the Great Smoke, February 26th, but it's not just that day. It's going to be the entire weekend, basically. What was that? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4-day weekend. Excuse me. I was going to say 5-day weekend. I'm wrong. 4-day weekend of amazing things happening in sunny Florida. Even in February, I'm sure it's going to be nice and warm over there. So I am excited for this, guys. I cannot wait to finally get to Florida. Supposed to go there for the Cathedral's grand opening. Did not make that. This is going to be very exciting for myself. I think this guy might be enjoying it as well. But we do have a link for you guys in the description as well. You can either get the virtual package, which is a $450 value for $165. That's a lot of stuff.
I will say, last year when they did it, I was very impressed with the quality of cigars that they gave away in that case. It was 40 cigars in a hard case.
Awesome.
And Abe did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying a lot of the cigars were like hard to find or super expensive. For the most part, they were solid cigars that you could find in any reputable humidor. But he did a good job in picking which ones went in.
Boom. And look at that. Joel, my man, excellent. Got the virtual package. Last year, because there's no way I was going to make it. There's just no way. I mean, I know Florida has got a little lax, or is a little more lax on those rules, which I'm very excited for. I'm very happy to see them. But ourselves, we just don't have that here.
We do in Bakersfield.
Well, in Bakersfield, yeah. But none of this about me talking. I'm tired of talking. I think we need to have a certain guest come on and explain a little better for us.
Before we do, I want to first tell what cigars are smoking and do our intro video so I can share.
Absolutely. Frank's got to share. Abe, give me that thumbs up on the side, though, so I'll let you know that we're going to do the virtual video. Okay, so we'll do the virtual video now.
Okay, so you guys, it is the last Monday of 2021, so I would be remiss if I did not smoke my Oliva Cervia Melanio for Melanio Monday. As you guys know, this has been one of my favorite cigars for 5 years now, especially in this Figurado size. It is absolutely fantastic. This is the size that won Cigar of the Year a few years back, and every time I smoke it, I'm reminded of why I love this cigar so much.
It's amazing stuff. I'm liking seeing what I'm seeing in the comments today, guys. I'm going to get back to all that in just a second. Here's the intro video for you, and we'll have a guest for you guys right after, all right? So do me a favor and share this. Click on that link in the description. Get yourself your virtual or your in-person tickets if you haven't yet. We'll be back with you right after this. And there you have it.
Dang it! I was so close. I was almost done.
You never share in time. This guy's just too slow with his buttons. I'm sorry.
So
Hey, how
close.
have you been, brother? How are you?
Well, it was a crazy day today, guys. Sorry, I almost missed this. It seems like the wife caught the vid, so we we spent. She had to go to the doctor get tested. Looks like our baby girl's got it. The rest of us are, seem. That's why I'm home right now. The rest of us seem unaffected by it, but we literally had to segregate the house so that half of them are living upstairs now and half of us are living downstairs for a while.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope for a speedy recovery for everybody involved.
Yeah. I think they're going to be all right. They just got a bug, and we don't want to go out and spread anything, so we're just bunkering down and weathering the storm.
Oh, understandable. But I'm very happy you made it. Thank you so much for talking with us today, and plenty of questions to start. But before even that, I just want to say again, thank you everyone who's already commenting. There's a lot in there, so I apologize if I miss anybody. But Joel, I saw you just came in. Tiny Tim, love the name by the way. Daniel and quite a few others. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you to everybody who's already gotten their virtual or their in-person tickets, got their hotels booked, whatever else you have to do to get there. I mean, if you have to hitchhike, to make sure they look pretty safe, whatever.
But that is a great way to do it. You guys have two options of being able to be a part of the Great Smoke, and whether you're going to be there in person or you're going to be there virtually. Two really great ways for you to be a part of this amazing event. So, I think we lost Abe there.
It's okay. I'm sure he'll be able to come back.
But yeah, so two great options, you guys. Take advantage of either one. Last year was a whole lot of fun, and I'm sure this year or next year, I should say, is going to be no different. So again, you guys could be there in studio, or you guys could be there virtually watching online.
And from what I understand, and I'll ask Abe about this a little more, there is going to be a Thursday and Friday event, two separate events that you might be able to attend either way. I'll bring them back on right now. There we go.
I don't know if you guys can hear me okay, but you're sounding slow motion to me.
Oh, wow. No. Oh, it might be the internet connection.
Can you hear us now?
That's what I'm hearing when you guys talk.
Oh, shoot.
I don't know.
That's why I keep popping off and on. Let me see if I can get to a laptop and see if it's any different. I'll be back in about 30 seconds, boys.
No worries. Okay, well, hopefully we can get that solved, guys. But either way, as Abe would tell you himself, he could be here right now. Yes, the 26th. That is a Saturday, February 26th. Before that, Thursday, there is the Great Smoke Kickoff Party hosted by Alec and Bradley Rubin. No, those guys are pretty cool. I'm guessing they could throw a pretty cool party. I'm assuming so. And Friday, there will be a pre-event party as well. But this one's going to be hosted by Rocky Patel as well. And an exclusive party luau dinner on Friday as well. Then the main event itself, the virtual event, the granddaddy of it all, the big kahuna of it, if you will, since it's luau themed. I think that's appropriate. Is going to be all Saturday. So I really hope if you have the opportunity to make it, I hope we'll see you there.
Yes.
But if you cannot, I would love it if you guys got a hold of the Great Smoke Pack, because it's a great deal. You mentioned before, it wasn't like super rare cigars. I think there might have been one limited just to the box itself, like it was made for that. But they're all quality smokes. You're getting a very large variety of really good stuff. I mean, it's 40 cigars.
Yeah.
40 cigars for $160. And I just don't want to switch over too much, guys, because I want to make sure when he gets back, I don't
miss him.
Yeah. But right here, you have the list, and it goes on for quite a few.
And Robert says he is a virtual ticket holder as well.
Awesome. Yeah, keep checking the comments. Thank you so much. Adventura, Aganorsa, AJ Fernandez, Alec Bradley, Altadez, Arturo Fuente, Caldwell, Cavalier, Davidoff, Drew Estate, Dunbar and Tobacco and Dress, EP Carrillo, El Artista, Espinoza, Excelsior, Forge, General, Gurkha, HVC, Illusion, JC Newman, Christoph, La Aurora, La Florida Dominicana, La Polina, Miami, McAuliffe, My Father, Oliva, OV Cigars, Placencia, Recluse, Rocky Patel, Room 101, Sindicado, Southern Draw, Tabacalera, Pordomo, Asylum, and Tatuaje, to mention a lot all at once. I did that last year when this was happening, but I can actually name the cigars too. I'm getting slow. I'm just getting slow. I apologize for that. But as you can hear, how many companies? There we go. All right, give me that thumbs up one more time. Is it all good? Oh, perfect. Okay. Bringing you back in. There we go.
There we go. Sorry about that, boys.
No worries. No worries.
I mean, it might be us too. We have some rain going on here. The internet's been a little. Bakersfield's getting rain for once, which we really needed. The whole city needed a little bit of a shower going on. It has been. We're California. We're in a drought all the time, so rain is always appreciated.
Absolutely. So Abe, we're gonna give you the floor here for a minute.
Yes, please.
Let you talk about the event that'll be happening in February. I hear it's a pretty big deal. And now people are able to not only do it online virtually, but they can be there at the studio as well, enjoying it with you and everybody else. So if you would take it away and let us know what to expect and what you guys are gonna be doing.
Please.
Yeah, so obviously, thanks for having me, gentlemen. I appreciate it. And once again, sorry about the delay and all the chaos, but we're here and we're rolling. Obviously, 2021 earlier year was a big jump, right? We weren't having a physical event for the first time. We had to coordinate this 7.5-hour virtual thing, and most people didn't understand what we were doing until long, into it. But it proved to actually be pretty incredible. The feedback and the excitement about everything that's going on everything that happened was amazing. And, one of the things that we really took away from that event, I mean, look, once again, we've always been an experience-driven company. So one of our biggest battles in how do we do a virtual event earlier this year was how can we do it where it's semi-exciting and it's not like just a flat Zoom production, So I think we conquered that problem. And then, we still believe that a physical event is always the epitome of the experience. But, I think we successfully were able to translate some kind of excitement over the virtual platform. So we received hundreds of emails from so many people who were so grateful, especially after being locked down for a year and a half, to be able to be part of something that was happening all over the country at the same time. That really wanted us to continue to do it virtually, and we're hoping that we wouldn't take away that option. So it challenged the team to really come up with a way to take this live event and how do you incorporate virtual, because there's a lot of logistics involved that have to be mapped out for both people sitting at home and people physically there at the event day. And I think we kind of mapped it all out now, bearing any technical difficulties. So this year's event's going to be both in person and virtual. So, and the cool thing is it's not going to be a 7.5 hour. It's going to be like a 5-hour broadcast, like the duration of the real event. Michael Herklotz is coming back to reprise his role as kind of the virtual host, and he'll be teamed up with Kim Keeney again and Paul DeGracco from KMA Talk Radio. And they're going to be the field correspondents. So thank you. So how we kind of got this happening is there is going to be a virtual production, and my best analogy, and I'm kind of, my analogy for the first one was Jerry Lewis Telethon and QPC had a baby, and that was a digital Great Smoke. This one's kind of like Ryan Seacrest New Year's Eve, right? Michael will be in a little mini studio that we're building on site, and there'll be things happening in there, but then he'll be taking it to our correspondents on the floor, so you get some live action of what's going on physically on the floor of the event. And it's going to go back and forth. So we hope to keep people at home very
cool.
Yeah, very entertained. And instead of giving them something completely separate, they'll feel like they're kind of actually part of the physical event that's there. A lot of logistics went into something like this. We have 2 types of tickets. We have virtual tickets and we have in-person tickets. And they are not the same ticket. They don't work the same. And it's a learning curve with stuff like this, because even the consumers kind of don't get it. At this point, the virtual tickets have sold out because we've allocated a certain number. We only have so many of these party packs, the packages you guys described with all the cigars and everything. And I mean, look, this is by far in 16 years of doing an event is the most epic package we've ever put together. The swag in it is over the top. The cigars alone, I think we did the math, is like $365. It's literally like
Holy.
400. It's literally like a $480 package, like, you know, for $165 plus shipping. So, and if you're coming live, it's just $165. So, we after the new year, we're going to assess where the live tickets are at. So, if anybody out there's watching, because we've been getting bombarded, and we told people the virtual tickets would sell out because we just knew from last year and the amount of emails we got that people would do it. We're going to assess after the new year where we're at with live ticket sales and how much is left. And we will probably, in the first week of January, allocate some more virtual tickets. I don't know, it's going to be 30, 50. I'm pretty confident it won't be more than 100 because even the live ticket sales are way ahead of where we're at last year. And I expect them to sell out probably in January. So we'll allocate some more. My advice to anybody who really wants to try to get a virtual ticket still and didn't get one is go to the website, act like you're going to buy a virtual ticket, and you'll see instead of, you know, where you hit buy it, it'll say notify me. Hit that notify me button, and the minute we upload more online, you'll receive an email that'll let you know that the virtual tickets. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. And you know, part of the logistics was one of the most successful things we did digitally, because we were trying to think of, okay, so we don't want this to be boring. What's cool things that we could do that are exciting? And the first thing we thought of was, let's get some special cigars made for this event. And we were blessed with some awesome guys, you know, Carlito Fuente, Pete Johnson, Nick Perdomo, Rocky Patel, Terrence Riley, Steve Sy, who made us some pretty wildly sought after cigars. So we tied it into this year too. And part of the logistic issues, it was, all right, well, these are allocated, right? So the first year, because of timeline and production problems, there was only like a couple hundred, and they sold out fast, and that caused its own dilemma and problem. But this year we asked for 500, and I think almost everyone has 500 except the Matt Booth one. But then how do I separate it? How do I keep track so we don't oversell it? Because I got people coming live, I got people home virtual, and that was a big dilemma for us to kind of figure out how to fairly do this no matter which type of ticket you got. And the kind of the best idea we kind of came up with was doing these mini events prior to the main event, because this way, whether you're coming live or you're in home in California, you at the same time as everybody, you get your shot at these cigars. And with 500, we were hoping that, you know, there wouldn't be this overwhelming, you know, sellout in 5 minutes where a lot of people got disappointed, and we thought that was a good number. And the nice part about it is that the earlier you get, you had to have your ticket before these release events. So the people who bought their tickets early kind of get rewarded, and the people who wait to the last minute might miss out on a lot of things. Our second little mini virtual event is this Wednesday, and that's the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, the DT EX78, which I'm pretty confident will sell out Wednesday. And you know, and if you didn't get your ticket by now, you just won't get your chance of that cigar. I mean, that's just the way it is. If there are any left, they'll stay in the virtual store. And if you buy your ticket next week and it's still in the store, you'll have access to it. I believe there's, I think 20 or 30 still Aganorsa from our first mini virtual event. Still in the TGS store. Once you get your ticket, whether it's live or virtual, you have access to what we call the Great Smoke Store, where these limited products will exist and where all the event day promotions will be. Unless you're there live, the event day promotions will be there for you live. You don't have to access it, the TGS store. The TGS store is mostly for the special releases and the people who are home virtually. And we're excited. Yeah, we're excited with our event with Steve Saka. And then we got 3 more. I'm telling you, we're not releasing kind of what the cigar is until the one event is done. So after this Wednesday, we'll probably release the next one, which I believe is either Eric Espinosa or Matt Booth. But the last 3, I'm very, very excited about. I'm very excited about to see what people's responses are going to be when they see what the final TGS limited product is. I'm trying to look here. Eric Espinosa. So Eric Espinosa after Wednesday, then we have Eric Espinosa, January 12th, and I think that's going to cause a lot of ruckus when the news comes out about the cigar that we've made for that. Then we have Matt Booth, which I'm telling you is probably going to be the most, because Matt Booth is a remake of a long product we worked to go. This is actually something we talked about 6 years in the making. When people see what the final product looks like, and I've had these cigars, that's going to be hot. And then, of course, an up-and-coming young guy who's hot on the scene and been making waves, We were very excited to make a cigar with Henderson Ventura from ADV. And there's going to be a special press release for this one because this will be an unprecedented project and how it's formulated as well. So lots of cool, great smoke stuff coming before the event even starts. And for those people, I know I'm jamming in a lot of information. Sorry, guys, I don't want to forget anything. But for those people who missed out on this is the first time ever in November, the month of November, we sold out our hotel block. It was crazy. So there's actually a second block in a different hotel, same company. They're both equally distant from probably the area. It's not that far. But for those who are still looking for hotel rates, and the hotel is absurdly inexpensive for that time of year. I think it's 109 or 119 for the room. And the rooms are going for about 220 at your basic, hotel in the month of February. So there's very good rates for those kind. And if I'm correct, are you guys coming or not coming?
Oh, we are going to be there.
Yep.
We're doing, yeah.
And this is going to be your first one.
Yes.
First time in Florida for myself. So
really,
yes.
Everybody
I think you went
to Florida.
I've been to Florida once.
It was
that was for a high school graduation. My uncle paid for me and my cousin to go to Disney World.
Disney World, yeah.
That is my one and only experience with Florida.
You guys haven't done any factory tours yet, or been down to see any of these factories? Because you got to go through Miami. That's why I said almost everybody in the industry has got to come to Florida at some point.
Cool. I know. I feel so left out over here. It's like getting Pony Express for information over here on the West Coast, and we see everybody over there, champagne and jet planes hanging out on the East Coast. And I'm just kind of staring, wondering, what if? Why am I not over there?
All right, we got to get you on some kind of factory trip.
I think it's going to have to happen. Yeah. I would love to spend as much time as I can, but for sure, I want to be there at least from Thursday to Sunday. It seems like a lot is going to be happening in these 4 days. Am I correct?
Yeah. For the people who are coming down, I mean, for the people at home, it's basically a 5-hour event day experience. For the people coming to the event, it's actually not officially, but it's like a 5-day event now. Team Shirtless Mike kind of sanctioned his own unofficial Great Smoke pre-kickoff party. I guess it was his birthday. He asked permission. We had no problem with it. So he's taking over our West Palm store, I think, that Wednesday night and just throwing his own little birthday party. So I know there are a lot of people coming down for that. And then our event officially starts Thursday with an event in West Palm Beach again. Then Friday, we have a big Rocky event. Friday is the Red Meat Lovers Club dinner. These are epic dinners. From what I understand, there's going to be like 200 feet of table with roasted suckling pigs on it, on top of all this other stuff he's making. And Steve Saka is our guest. That's a separate ticket. So the store events are free, whether you're actually at the Great. We have a lot of locals and people who just come to the store events who really don't participate in the Great Smoke, but all the store functions are just free. And the Great Smoke pre-event dinner is a separate ticket. It's a feast of all feasts. Steve Saka is our host this year, and that ticket price includes I think $50 or $60 worth of cigars. It's a Sin Compromiso Sober Mesa, and he's making a limited edition cigar off the Red Meat Lovers Club blend called Beef Stick. I can't tell you nothing about it. I don't know nothing about it. This was like an idea that Evan Darnell threw at me. I'm like, Beef Stick, I don't got time for you. And then he went to directly Saka, and they kind of worked on it. So there's going to be a really rare version of the Red Meat Lovers Club called the Beef Stick that will be available to those guys coming to the dinner. So crazy.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That is awesome. No. Yeah. I didn't even, I completely forgot. Yeah, Shirtless Mike was talking about that Wednesday. So yeah, as you said, 5 days of amazing events with some amazing cigar smokers.
Yeah.
And for us on different areas of the country who, the social distancing and whatnot have been a little more stringent, it's really nice to be at events in person again. We just kind of started ourselves on the West Coast doing in-person events again. And like you said, as much as the live events are so much fun and you can pack a lot of really great stuff in there, I am absolutely happy to see you all in person, live, in a place. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit warmer than we'll have out here right now. But
it's a nice time. It's a nice time of year. It really is, especially if people who are up north or in colder climates. February is a great time to get the heck out of wherever you're at if you're experiencing snow. We were concerned about the fairgrounds and what their stance was, especially with kind of other areas of the country having restrictions. The South Florida Fairgrounds is not stopping anything. In fact, they bumped our venue because they got some other big venue that basically wanted our spot where we've been doing the Great Smoke for the last 5 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, so they are doing events. They're committed to doing events, and I think with the way we've done it, where we have a virtual component, if you're comfortable and you feel all right, and come down, have a great time, and if you're not, we will do our damn best to make sure that you have a great time at home, safely and secure in your own comfort. So, the venue where they moved us, without a doubt, is going to make. And look, I spent 14 hours redoing all the logistics we've had planned for the last 4 years. It's instead of 2 separate buildings, this is one big 50,000 square foot building. So we had to relay everything out. Unless I have any unforeseen things, because we've never done the event in this building before. This is their main showcase building. So it's going to make for a much better event for everybody, cooler looking. But it's just we have to really now kind of rethink every little thing that we've kind of had set in place for 5 years, which I think so far we got it covered. So I think it's going to be pretty cool. We got volcanoes, we got drummers, we got the hula dancers. We got a slew of stuff that's going to make this a pretty cool luau experience.
I like it. Now, see, as a practical joke gift every year for my birthday, a friend of mine gives me a coconut bra and a new grass skirt. So if you do have someone fall out, I mean, I can probably hop. I'm not going to dance as well, but at least I could probably fit the motif. So just if you need help, let me know. I'll pack it just in case.
But we're excited because right before COVID in 2020 was the first time we've themed the event. And it really happened on accident. My graphics guy was designing some backgrounds. Like, wow, that looks like a disco globe. And it just struck my head. I'm like, oh, that's what we should do. We should theme Great Smoke. And that's what we did, in 2020. We did the disco 70s. Can you dig it? And it was such a big event. And now with these themes, it really helps us with the production side of it to make relevant, exciting, fun things that are relevant to the theme, which really helps out. So this will be our second themed event, not counting the digital experience. And the last luau, and we already have 2023 theme on deck, ready to go, working on projects for that one. So it kind of helped us get a little bit revitalized in this Great Smoke thing. Because one of the things that's been very important for me from year one is, how does this experience not get stale for our consumers? We got a lot of friends and consumers and family even who travel from other parts of the country to come partake in this every year. And yeah, it's a good time. But when you do something 15, 16 years, a decade and a half plus, you got to be conscientious. How does this just not get stale? How is this just not going through the motions every year? And that's something that we really, really work hard every year, whether it's changing up something like an attraction, whether it's a dunk tank, the bull riding, some component has to be new every year. And the themed events just really opened up a floodgate, because that's harder than you think, to try to, come up with some kind of new stuff every year. But the themed events really opened up the floodgates and made it a lot easier for us to make a completely kind of new experience every year now for the people who come down.
I love that. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I love going to events, but sometimes they do feel a little similar. Go block to block to block, and even adding just something unique. Something to do, something to watch, something to experience while you're enjoying yourself with your friends and just people that want to smoke together, meet new friends, whatever have you. Something new to enjoy with that is an amazing experience in my book, and I love that sentiment right there. Trying to keep it unique, not wanting to go stale, and keeping everybody interested and moving forward. I love that.
I'm telling you guys picked a heck of a year to come down for the first one. I mean, all the elements are on fire, because this is our second themed event, and the first one we kind of weren't sure. And then when the year we were going to do the luau last year, earlier this year, and we have this incredible woman who's part of our team now, who's a major event planner. And then when I told her, I'll never forget, when I told her in the office we were coming in, and I said, we're going to do this virtually. The first thing she said before I could finish the sentence is, "Don't tell me you're doing this virtually. I don't want to do it virtually." I said, just hear me out. And then I started explaining to her. She says, "Okay, I like this." So she's all gung ho about this luau thing. I have to rein her in. The stuff, like I said, 2 volcanoes. The stuff that she's got going on, I'm like, okay, relax. But you guys picked a heck of a year between the production value and excitement value and the package alone. This is I'm 100% confident this is going to be our most epic year ever, which I find myself saying every year. but it's a testament to our team, right? Because we mean it when we say it. This is going to be the most epic event of all of them so far. And if we can keep that going, we're doing our jobs.
Absolutely.
Love that. Yeah, absolutely. And like you said last year, doing a virtual event kind of for the first time, that very big scale. I got the room I'm in right now is where I watched it from. And I loved every minute of it. I had a great time watching. I had my cigars on hand, shared with some buddies who stopped by. It was an experience to remember virtually. It really was a great time. And I cannot wait to see what you guys expand on and make it even better than last year, because I had a great time already. So topping that, I'm excited to see what's coming our way.
It's going to be a lot more action, because you're going to have a lot more. You're going to see the entertainment, what's going on. You're going to see people walking around the floor. Our correspondents will communicate not only with the people who are there attending, but last year we only had 6 manufacturers on early this year. But our floor people, our co-hosts, are actually going to walk the whole floor. There's 40 different companies. So you're going to get a lot more activity in what's going on virtually at home, because really our goal is to take what's going on live and to push it through the virtual and hopefully bring that experience home to everybody.
Oh, I love that. Love that. We could probably use something like that on the West Coast if you're ever looking to expand a little bit.
Listen, people don't realize, and I think in the 16 years we've done the Great Smoke, I know a lot of our local competitors who have tried to do their own versions. And they'll come to our event and they'll ask me, I'm like, yeah, come on by. It's not, we didn't create the multi-vendor event. We just did it our way. There's no secrets. They come on by. And, we've had retailers come from other parts of the country who've flown down as my guests to try to learn how to do one better in their country. But what people don't realize is the time it takes to really pull something off. And especially if you want it to grow, it's literally on some level an all year long job. Obviously the 3 or 4 months prior to the events, the nitty gritty where you're really in the trenches working it, but you're working on it all year round. It doesn't stop. Like I said, we already have the theme ready for 2023, and I'm getting texts from Evan Darnell of what he wants to use for the day. I'm like, dude, just let me get past February, and then you could work on sending me your ideas for the dinner in 2023. But it's an all year round job. These are not like pop-up events. You just go from city to city like on tour. It's complicated. And really what makes it more complicated is the selling of the product, especially with online. It's a lot of custom coding to make stuff like that happen. It's really easy just to go do an event, bring the product and sell them to the people who are there. When it's out, whatever's there is gone. Simple. But when you're trying to make it work, where you have people now at home, it gets complicated. But we're pumped. We're excited about this year. And I really do believe that we're going to kind of make semi-history again with literally, in my opinion, the first ever real live virtual simultaneous event. So we're excited.
Oh, I believe it. I cannot wait to experience firsthand what's coming down. Now, before the Great Smoke, obviously we have TPE coming up. Are we going to see you out there, or are you going to kind of stay in home base and plan out?
I don't do TPE. I haven't never been to TPE. There's nothing against TPE. It's not a show really necessary for our business and what we do. And it's a tough time of year for us. We're literally like in the heart on the home stretch of the Great Smoke. So it's hard for me to get away during that time. And I most likely won't go to TPE this year. We are trying to do a family vacation we were planning forever, and we were supposed to go in 2020 during COVID. So I've already bought the tickets. We're going this summer, and I'm literally getting back from like a 4-week trip and getting on a plane 2 days later just to go to the trade show in Vegas. So we're committed to that. We want to go to the PCA show. So it's going to be an interesting year for us.
No, that's great though. Yeah, you gotta get out there, vacation with the family once in a while. Doesn't hurt.
I'm originally my parents are from the Middle East. I've been there many times growing up, and my kids have never seen it. My oldest daughter is named Petra, and I wanted to actually take her to go see the city of Petra, which is in Jordan. So we've planned it many times, and things have happened. So this will be the year we get to take them to the homeland and let them see a whole new culture they've never seen before. We're kind of excited about it.
That's excellent. That's an awesome idea. I love that. That's gonna be awesome. I hope you guys have a great time as a family for that. And
hope so.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you at PCA as well. Obviously, it's a fun time every time. But like you said though, I cannot imagine how much work you're gonna have to do from what's TPA start like the 25th or something. Literally a month before before the Great Smoke. I mean, I don't know how you find the time to do what you do already, let alone even think about doing that. So I totally understand that.
Honestly, I've been blessed. I've got a good team. I've recruited a good team. We have to keep our good team, and they help make it all happen. I mean, yeah, I'm the guy who sleeps the least. I'm the guy who air traffic controls all the moving parts, but we got good guys working. And, look, at the end of the day, I think they all are excited about this event. And I think everybody in the organization, as much as they dread it, they like it. Because in life, if you're lucky, you get to witness magical things that happen once in a blue moon, truly magical things. And not everybody has that opportunity, My daughter's first experience with something magical and whatever, in my opinion, was her playing at the Great Smoke earlier this year, her violin piece, because she didn't understand it. She was moved by it. She's still moved by it today. She's already talking about what she wants to do this year. So I think that's how a lot of our team take it. It's a magical moment. Is it a horrendous few months leading up to it? Are we going nuts? But when you're there and you see it all happen and you see all these people, and then I get up on stage and I ask everybody if they had a great time, and 2,000 people are screaming and shouting. That's a pretty cool thing to watch. That's a cool thing to be part of. And I think I'm fortunate enough that we have a team that appreciates and understands moments like that. It doesn't come often.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's 100% a great way to look at it too. I mean, all that work, all the detail, all the people putting in the hours together for something so amazing that it's going to give everybody, for every moment of work you put in, you're giving everyone a lifetime of memories to take with them. Whether they make it to one Great Smoke, I'm sure you have people who repeat and come as many times as they possibly can. I'm hoping myself, this is my first of many. I cannot wait.
I have a group of people that I've become very close with that I literally see one time a year. And it's during the Great Smoke. And then we have another set of people who literally come every year with every single lanyard around their neck, which is one of the reasons why we did not make one earlier this year. I mean, obviously we didn't need it. No one was going there live, but we knew that we had people who had collected one from every year. So it was imperative. Okay, we're not skipping the digital experience. We're making a lanyard so they have one in their collection. So, yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And like I said, we're looking really forward to this year. The whole aspect of these little mini events kind of has the buzz and the spirit going. And it's like we're not waiting till the week before. Everybody's a little bit excited. Now, every 2 or 3 weeks, there's a little mini Great Smoke event. So the excitement level's got a lot more build than normal. Typically everybody's they've bought their tickets. They're sitting back. They're waiting till February. But there's literally like now a series of 5 events. We just had one. Our second one's Wednesday. But there's a series of 5 little mini events before the main epic weekend. So I think there's going to be a nice buildup of excitement. I think as the news come out of our next 3 TGS releases, I think there's going to be a little bit of a wow factor involved in some of these last projects.
Hey, that's perfect. I love that. I like keep the excitement building the entire time to something that's going to be incredible for the day of and the whole weekend for everyone watching from wherever they're at. I love that. That's a great idea. Now, the year's wrapping up. I mean, this is the last Monday of the year. I mean, Friday is the end of the year.
Am I your last show of the year?
The last show is this Friday. If you want to hop back on, if you got a little time, I'd love to see you on there.
It was somebody else's last show of the year. I just didn't know that was your last show of the year too.
Yeah, we do our first, second, and final third of the week. We do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Kind of break it down into little cigar terms because we like to be nerds about it.
You guys are brutal. 3 shows a week?
3 shows a week, and then we have the amazing Melanie Cisco in the morning. She does one a morning for us because I used to do that Great American Morning, and now work schedule changed, so I can't do it. But hopefully in the new year, I'll be hopping on more with her as well.
You do about 8 shows every morning? Holy
every Monday through Friday, yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are nuts.
Do not slow down. I mean, I love it because I smoke a cigar and I talk to wonderful people, like everyone in the comments. Again, I apologize, guys, if I'm not getting to you, but know that we want to get the information to you. That's why we're talking so much. But as the year wraps up, is there anything that stood out to you this year as far as, cigars go or other things that you might have seen in the industry that are just like, I'm really happy to have seen this happen with all the craziness in the world? Is there any positive notes that you like to pull out and talk about?
Well, I mean, look, it was a crazy year, production issues, but everybody's really been working hard. I think there were some big highlights that came out this year. I think Stillwell Star was a big hit. Everybody was waiting for that, going crazy about that. There were some the PCA releases that went very, very well, which that was a concern. It was like the first time there was really like this hardcore PCA releases. Some of them still haven't. I don't think they don't even think they've all made it out in the market yet. But it was a good year for the cigar industry. I think there's a little bit of leveling. People are going back to work. Consumption's normalizing. I think people bought a lot. I think you'll see it level out more in 2022. But we've been one of these companies that we really work on what can we do as far as experiences for our consumers and patrons, because that's the fun part. The sales of cigars just come, and that's the byproduct of creating positive and exciting experiences. And I think that's what's made us successful. Because you could just focus on how do we sell stuff all day long, and then it's just not exciting. Honestly, I don't think I'd enjoy work if that was our focus every day. Whether we make robes or our advent calendar, although hindered and was hamstrung this year with packaging, the people who got it and whatever, we haven't heard one complaint. They were raving about it. They were really, really excited about it. And, we were hoping to get it, everything was supposed to be here in August. We were hoping to start selling it early October, so people would have 60 days to make sure they all had them before the 1st of December. And obviously the packaging didn't land till the 12th, I think it was, of December. We got them out quick, but it's not, we're going to have a bunch left over and we'll figure out something to do with it. But it's not stopping us. We're already working on one for next year. And I already have a way more exciting and way better way to do it next year that I think it's even going to make it more successful. And we're going to work hard to make sure this year nothing gets in the way of it shipping on time, which we'd like to get them out starting at the starting in October, mid-October. Give everybody like 45, 50 days to get them as gifts, so they actually can start opening them up December 1st.
Smart. Yeah, especially, yeah. I love advent calendars. I was gonna do one for a beer, but I just forgot to get it this year. We're gonna do it on the show. There's some really cool ones out there, and a cigar advent calendar is such a fun idea, especially for those guys who do smoke that one a day. I know the average I think is like 2 a week, or 1.5, some weird number like that for an average cigar smoker. But I think if everyone out there, if you're listening, maybe you are on the lower end of the spectrum as far as your daily average. December, you deserve to have one a day. I think. You think you should pick it up.
The glory about the advent calendar is you didn't really have to smoke the cigar every day, but it's just a gift to yourself every day. So whether you actually opened the drawer and pulled out the cigar, if you chose to smoke it, you put it in your humidor, you save it for later. But it's just the fun aspect of every day kind of getting a surprise gift. I think that's what advent calendars mostly are about.
Well, see, I'm the fat kid back in school when, the chocolate was in it. I pulled the chocolate. I ate the chocolate. So when I got the cigar, I'm smoking the cigar. That's the bad thing about wanting to collect cigars. So we got our fancy humidor up there. We got some of our more precious ones, gifts that I don't want to smoke. But most of the rare or like limited edition stuff, they don't make it in there because I keep smoking them before I can do that. So I don't know. Maybe I got to learn to discipline myself, but it's never a bad moment to have a good cigar.
Well, no, you're right. Absolutely never.
All right. And I think Joel right here, I'm going to put this comment on screen because I like that. Never hear a complaint from smoking always great cigars. And I 100% agree with that, brother. That is 100% true right there.
Thank you very much, Joel.
What do you call it? But other than that, we want to make sure everyone got the information about the event. Remember, guys, on February 26th, I hope you've got your virtuals. If not, as Abe told us before, hit that link. It's in the description, and you can get the notification. Yes.
Yes. Just look forward. We'll probably, we're closed the 1st, 2nd is Sunday. So the 3rd, 4th, probably around the 5th or 6th or 7th of January. Whatever decision we make, we will allocate more to the virtual side. We've gotten a lot of emails. And I just, unfortunately, we just can't make it unlimited. The last thing we want to do is wipe out in-person events and have a poor showing of people there. We want the people who actually come into the event to be able to do it. And, we allocated We had 20% of all the tickets went on the 20. Yeah, 20% of all the tickets went on the virtual side, and we might throw another 5%. We just need to see how it goes.
Nice. But absolutely understand that. Yeah, and it's such a great deal. I mean, you can't make that unlimited when it's something that wonderful. It makes it less special if it's just nonstop because it's such a great deal. It'd be impossible to do that all year long or anything.
One, it's hard on the manufacturers. It was hard getting just a couple thousand cigars, from these guys. And then, what people don't understand is, look, we don't have a 80,000 square foot warehouse. So just getting all this swag is pallets and pallets and pallets and pallets of stuff that's waiting to get packed and shipped to go out. So, I mean, there's a real reason why, customers don't always think it through. There's a real reason why we can only have so many tickets. I mean, it's not, to create a false demand, false hype. It's just logistically, you're bound to, what the parameters you got to work within.
Yeah, truly, yeah. You can't make something that's not there just happen overnight just because you want to. I'm sure you'd love to be able to just snap your fingers and have the 80,000 square foot, area to work with, but it doesn't always work that way. So, but it does sound like
next warehouse, 80,000 square feet.
I was literally about to say, like, I think so I'm hearing is that you're already building the 80,000 square foot layout.
I don't know if we're already building one, but I'll tell you what, man, I can't believe how fast the current one we have filled up. I mean, it's just like we're in awe. We've only been operational for 2 months. 2 months, and we feel congested already sometimes. So I might have underestimated a little bit with this one. So, I mean, we went from operating basically our whole mail order department in about 12 to 1,400 square feet outside of the front lounge that we had to, take over eminent domain during COVID. But we went from that to 8,000 square feet. You say to yourself, yeah, plenty of room. Oh my gosh. I mean, what are you going to do with it? And it just filled up fast.
Well, that is impressive right there. And that is awe-inspiring too. That is incredible stuff. But if there's anything else that you want to make sure everybody knows, is there any final words you want to share with everybody? Just
so if anybody's listening for some confusion, because every time we have these live events, everybody waits till the last minute to figure things out. Once you've purchased your TGS ticket, whether it's virtual or live, it exists in your account on smokein.com. If you log into your account and you go to the Great Smoke tab, your physical tickets will be there. And if you got a virtual ticket, it'll tell you have a virtual ticket, and there'll be a link to enter the TGS store from no matter which ticket you got. Now, you can hit that link, which will take you to the store, or you can go right to the Great Smoke website, and there's an enter store button. And when you click on that, you log in using your Smoke-In username and password. It recognizes you and lets you in the store. So, you don't have to wait till the last minute. If you're at home now or you're listening, watch it, try it, make sure you could work. Because these DT&T cigars will go live Wednesday night, sometime shortly after 7 when we start the event. We want to give everybody ample time to make sure they could navigate it and figure out how to get in the store, and then we'll drop it shortly after the broadcast starts. And obviously, Steve Saka's, always a great conversationalist. Looking forward to having a little interview with him about the cigar and his end of year recap. And that'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time this Wednesday. But most of the stuff's on the greatsmoke.com. The facts are there. The live tickets are still available. Highly recommended if it's all feasible for anybody and you feel safe to come out. If not, there will be more virtual tickets toward the end of the first week of January. Go act like you're going to buy the ticket now, and there's a little notify me button. Hit it, and hopefully you'll get notified as soon as we put more up for sale, and you can get them. But I think that covered all the bases, gentlemen.
Perfect. And just for those who might have to wait for the notification, can they still watch on Wednesday just to kind of learn about what's coming up?
All our broadcasts that we do, even the one we did last year, is open to the public. The broadcast and the watching of the stuff is not what you're paying for, because we put a lot of work, especially like, what we did earlier this year with that huge production. We don't want it. We want it to be seen by anybody who's a cigar lover anywhere around the world. What you get for your $165 is this epic, almost $500 package of goodies that people who are just watching don't get. And then you get access to other great things that people who are watching don't get. But whether it's our mini releases or whether it's the virtual event that day, it's all broadcast on our Smoke-In website, on our Great Smoke website, and I think it's up on YouTube. You can catch it all on our various platforms.
Awesome. And if you have a chance, this is a side note for Saka. You want to ask him if he remembers meeting O.J. Simpson with us in Vegas. That was a fun night. That's one of my favorite stories about getting to hang out with Saka and just talking. And,
That sounds like an interesting story. When was this?
Oh, this was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, this was at
La Casa
in Vegas.
And
Wow.
we're sitting with the glass wall behind us, and everyone that's looking our way is looking over me. And I'm used to that anyways. I'm pretty short, so looking over me is not a big deal. But it was much more than that. And I realized I look behind me, and there's a very large man there with people taking selfies. And I'm like, that's O.J. Simpson.
It was.
So if he remembers, you got to ask him about that too, because I would love to.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever talked to him about it since,
No.
but that's a whole other story. We'll definitely have you back on so we can talk about that more.
That's
And,
I'm going to ask
we'd
him
love to
about.
have you
That
on
sounds
whenever you're
fun.
free.
Listen, I'm gonna. If I remember, I'm gonna ask him about this Wednesday. I got to hear that story. I didn't hear that.
That
Story.
sounds good. All right, we're gonna let you go for right now, but thank you so much for your time. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year, brother.
Guys, thanks for having me. Happy New Year to you guys, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you guys for the first time in February.
Looking forward to being there.
We'll see you there.
Peace, gentlemen.
See ya.
All right, everybody. We're going to wrap it up right now. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you Wednesday, 2 o'clock normal time.
Yep.
Friday, we will have our final show of the year, the final show of 2021.
Yep.
So y'all have a great day. And that's going to wrap for you. Hit the link.
Yeah, don't forget, you guys, we still have the contest going. So if you want to get your birthday on that wheel, you got to go to the Bakersfield Gentleman page on Facebook.
Any birthday.
Put your birthday in there. If you have a birthday in December, put it in caps. Any other day or any other month, just put it in like normal. And if you guys want to be part of the Best Ash contest, you have to go to Cigars, Whiskey, and Beautiful Women page on Facebook. Put it in there. It's got to be in before Wednesday, because Wednesday we're going to start trimming down the list of the top picks. So if you want in for another chance to win something cool on Friday, you got to get in on that.
Absolutely. And Joel, not here. You got to put it on the page. But thank you. I will, if I can, I will put it in for you. But just in case, put it on yourself, because I don't want you to get left out.